Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of our raid build videos. This one's a bit different. I didn't really have a whole lot of time, so I had to kind of throw this together. So if any of my builds are slightly off or anything, I apologize in advance. I'm on a tight schedule as is, so if I'm speaking fast, that's why. But Pokemon Company announced in the recent Pokemon Presents that we're about to get 4 new raid events. None of them 7-star, actually. They're all going to be 5-star, so it can be a little bit easier for you guys. They're going to be the Treasures of Ruin, the quartet from Scarlet and Violet that you had to pull the stakes for, but specifically the shiny versions. So that's pretty exciting. It's the first time they've been able to be received as a shiny. But what's interesting about these raids is it's not you beat it, you catch it. 1 million of each Pokemon need to be defeated, and then we'll all be given one. So make sure to get out there, do as many raids as possible. Even if you've already beaten one, go beat a second, go beat a third. You get the idea. Hopefully we'll be able to get to that million milestone. I'm not super worried about it. I think we'll be fine. But I built some builds here that should work. I got at least one for each raid boss that should work just fine. So let's get into discussing the Pokemon first. The first one we got here is Wo-Chien. Wo-Chien's going to be the first raid boss hitting raid dens actually today, looking at it. I didn't even notice that until just now. Wo-Chien, of course, is a dark and grass type. It's going to be the Terra type of grass. Wo-Chien is a very bulky Pokemon defensively. It can take defensive hits like nobody else with its Tablets of Ruin ability, lowering the physical offense of any Pokemon in the field. So we built a special Pokemon for it. Don't worry about that. It's also kind of focused around healing and just kind of outlasting you. So I thought Ingrain, Giga Drain, and Grassy Train were pretty much staples of this Pokemon, as well as Leech Seed. That's kind of almost a signature move of it. I think all these Pokemon are going to run Ruination. Again, Power Whip and Leaf Storm are kind of on there as its main damage output, and Stun Spores there to kind of get in your way. As a pure grass type Pokemon, this Pokemon is going to be weak to grass, flying, fire, and poison. All right, speedrun. Moving on to the next one, we have got Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao, of course, is a dark and ice type Pokemon. It's going to be the Terra type of ice, and with its Sword of Ruin ability, it's going to be hitting very hard physically. So keep that in mind when you're building for it. It's definitely going to have Icicle Crash and Ruination. I definitely see those two on there as its main damage output. Swords Dance and Sacred Sword are kind of, this is a sword Pokemon. It's going to have that. Night Slash and Snowscape, I'm a little less. Night Slash probably, Snowscape probably not. Throw Chop and Icy Wind are great options that this Pokemon get too that are kind of the type of thing they like to throw in raids. This Pokemon's going to be in raids from August 3rd to August 17th. It's going to be weak to Fighting, Rock, Fire, and Steel Pokemon. Okay, halfway done. Moving on to our next one, we've got Ting-Lu. Of course, Ting-Lu is a dark and ground type Pokemon. It's going to have the Terra type of ground, and the Vessel of Ruin ability makes it so special moves do a lot less damage against this Pokemon, so keep that in mind. As you can see, Earthquake, I think, is going to be its main damage output. This Pokemon's more defensive than anything, so I definitely could see it running like Taunt. Ruination and Bulldoze, again, Ruination are the signature moves. That's why you see it on every single one. Bulldoze is I feel like it's a raid move they would throw on, right? Lower the speed of everyone on the field, do a little bit of damage to everyone. It's very 7-star raid-ish. Rock Slide's a great coverage option. Sand Tomb does some chip damage to your team, and then Stomping, Tantrum, and Throat Chop I could also see putting on there. As a pure ground Pokemon, it's going to be weak to water, grass, and ice, and it's going to be in raids from August 17th to August 31st. And last but not least, my personal favorite, we've got Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu, of course, is a dark and fire Pokemon. It's going to have the Terra type of fire. Chi-Yu, it's very hard, especially because of its Beads of Ruin ability, which lowers the special defense of everyone on the field. Lava Plume, Heat Wave, Ruination, Dark Pulse, I feel like are guarantees. Maybe not Lava Plume, but definitely Heat Wave. Will-O-Wisp, Overheat, Nasty Plot, and Swagger are also great shake-up options. This Pokemon can definitely run an Overheat, clear stat changes so it's not at -2, and then someone's dead on the field. Will-O-Wisp is a great way for this Pokemon to kind of hurt a physical attacker too, but hopefully we'll be able to work around that with our builds. And of course, you've got Nasty Plot and Swagger, so kind of getting in the face of physical attackers a little bit. We're kind of just going to brute force our way through it. I don't think these raids are going to be too tough. As 5-stars, we should be fine. So honestly, I kind of ignored the Will-O-Wisp and the Swagger, but that's all right. When it comes to its weaknesses, it's going to be weak to water, ground, and rock, and it's going to be in raids from August 31st to September 14th. And with that being said, let's get over into our builds. I've only got 3 builds for you here today, actually. One for each, and then one works for 2, kinda. So let's start talking about it. For Wo-Chien, we've got Skeledirge here. Skeledirge, of course, is a fire and ghost Pokemon with the Terra type of fire. You're going to give the Shell Bell Hold at him. You might be asking how this Pokemon's going to work, with Wo-Chien being a dark type. It doesn't really have any great dark type damage output options, so I'm not super worried about taking super effective damage. Even if we do, it won't be doing a whole lot. And of course, Skeledirge is known for its Torch Song strat. You just press Torch Song over and over again, get to +6. I threw Flamethrower on here too, just in case it's a longer battle against Wo-Chien. In case you need the extra power points, just get to +6 with Torch Song and switch over to Flamethrower, just to be safe in case you need the extra Torch Songs. Mud Slap's on there in case you're taking a little bit too much damage for whatever reason from Wo-Chien and you don't want to deal with it anymore. Go for a few of those, lower its accuracy. And then Helping Hand is if you faint or you're at minus whatever, and you notice that your team's dealing damage and you're not going to be able to get up to Torch Songs in time to really help. Throw down some Helping Hands, it'll help out your team for sure. Unawares is Pokemon's ability. It can be kind of useful here, so I definitely recommend that over Blaze. And when it comes to its EVs, max out HP, max out special attack, and I put the last 4 points into special defense. When it comes to its IVs, everything matters except its attack stat. Moving on to our next Pokemon here, we've got Iron Hands, of course. Iron Hands is a fighting electric Pokemon. It's going to give you the Terra type of fighting and give you the Scope Lens Held Item. This is just your stereotypical Iron Hand set. I don't even think I had to change this. This is specifically, I should mention, for Chien-Pao, right? Is that who I've got second? Yeah, this is for Chien-Pao. So Drain Punch obviously is your main damage output. Electric Terrain if you got other Iron Hands in the field that you want to boost. Focus Energy and Belly Drum will help you start dealing some ridiculous damage. Keep in mind when you use Belly Drum, you lose half your health. So if Chien-Pao goes for a faster Ruination or just does a lot of damage to you, you won't be able to get it off. So you need to keep that in mind. Maybe throw up a defense tier, make sure you're at full health before you go for that. When it comes to its EVs, you want to max out HP, max out attack with the last 4 points in defense. Cork Drive is its only ability, and when it comes to its IVs, everything matters except its special attack stat. Moving on to our last Pokemon, that kind of works for two of them here. We've got Azumarill. Azumarill, of course, is a water and fairy Pokemon with the Terra type of water. I want to give it the Shell Ball Hold item. This Pokemon has an entirely water-focused... Oh, I didn't... I didn't set its moveset properly. Luckily, I think I've got all the moves already learned from TMs, yeah. So you get to see me do this live, I guess. We're going to have Belly Drum, yeah. Liquidation, yeah. We're going to get rid of Rain... Actually, no, we'll keep Rain Dance. I kind of like Rain Dance. Originally I was going to say get rid of Rain Dance for Amnesia, but honestly the Rain Dance is pretty nice. So here you go. Here's this Pokemon's actual moveset. This should work against both Chi-Yu and Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu, it'll work a little. You should probably, with Ting-Lu, change his moveset around a little bit to kind of be, probably throw Charm on there instead, Helping Hand instead of Light Screen, because Light Screen won't really do a whole lot here. But you've got Belly Drum and Liquidation. I'm sure you guys can see the strategy there. You just Belly Drum, get to +6, start throwing out some Liquidations. Rain Dance if you got some extra water types on the field that you want to boost. And then Light Screen if you're against that Chi-Yu will make it so you're taking a lot less damage from those special moves. Again, you can switch that out against Ting-Lu. I don't think Ting-Lu will be too bad either, so I'm not really too worried about it. None of these really should be super difficult. They're all 5-star, and those are pretty doable. When it comes to its EVs, I maxed out HP and attack, and I put the last 4 points into special defense. If you're going against Ting-Lu, it might be a little bit better to put them into defense, so just keep that in mind. And huge power is this Pokemon's ability is kind of important. When it comes to its IVs, everything matters except its special attack stat. With that being said, that is all of our raid builds here for today. Speed run little raid build video for a quick 5-star raid event that's coming up soon. I hope to see you guys out there. Make sure to take on as many as you can so we can all get ourselves some shiny treasures of ruin. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. And again, thank you for watching and have a good day.